Lake reaping, finance from Greater Latrobe, Pennsylvania, or Latrobe, Greensburg.
Not Greater. I'm Anders Hirschberger. I'm a public relations major, and I'm from Basking Ridge, New Jersey.
And I'm Andrew Johnson from Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania, and I'm an actuarial science major.
What kind of makes me try to achieve the highest standard is my family members from previous generations. Just trying to keep that high standard and meeting up the expectation. I've been given many opportunities to succeed, and just being able to take advantage of every opportunity, just kind of makes you feel good inside, makes you feel like you've accomplished something. Well, whenever I was younger, I trained for years and years for basketball or other sports, baseball, volleyball, and throughout the years I've won many awards and stuff like that. So after accomplishing each milestone, you kind of look back and it's just like all that work pays off.
For me, it'd probably be something inspiring. Would probably be watching people around me succeed, like people and see them reach their goals. It makes me think that my goals are attainable. It makes me want to work harder to reach those goals. I guess my best example would be my dad. He didn't grow up with much, and his parents just sent him to a random college, and he ended up succeeding. So it makes me think I can do the same. He's worked so I could have better things in life, but it makes me want to work so I can be as successful as he is. My dream is to work somewhere in sports, probably sports marketing if I had to choose. It's the most exciting thing to me. I feel like that would just be a job worth going to every day, so it's a lofty goal, but it's one that I want to try to pursue.
For me, what makes me want to succeed the most is sort of opposite of what they've said. They've seen family members succeed and do very well, where I'm the first one. I'm a first generation for but neither of my parents went to through college, and for me it's just doing the things that they haven't had a chance to do, and I've seen it firsthand, opportunities that I haven't had due to the fact that my parents weren't as successful. So I want to sort of break the trend and move up and try to get to where I've seen other people be. My mom, she works as a secretary, and I know that's something that when she was younger she wasn't dying to be a secretary. It's not that she doesn't like her work, it's just not exactly what she wanted to do when she was growing up, and she doesn't have the advantages of going out and saying having a really great resume because she didn't go through college, whereas I want to make sure I am able to do whatever I want to do in life later.
What I want to do is work for a Fortune 500 company in the financial department. Not sure exactly what sector of finance I want to pursue, but that's the main goal. My education so far I feel has kind of prepared me, but there's plenty of steps in the future that will need to be taken in order to succeed my highest goals. Back in my junior year of high school, our basketball team didn't have any type of leadership on it, so I had to step up to be a leader, being the only person that played the previous season. And it teaches you how to lead a group of people, how to manage meetings, how to prepare, and that can be brought into the business world.
For me, I wouldn't really say education played a role, or at least my education at Penn State. I would say more outside of the education, being here at Penn State was the best decision because my work has taught me, for my job and for future internships, I think that's going to help me the most grow as a person, and the relationships I've built in terms of networking. I think that's helped me a lot more than my classes per se. I just think I've learned a lot more outside the classroom than I have inside the classroom to help me in my future. My loftiest dream would probably be a sports agent, which is incredibly hard to do, but I guess what makes me think it's attainable is networking and the fact that I do have good internships and I do have a good job that I learned from, and by the time I leave college I'll have the experience necessary to put on my resume and say this is why I deserve to be here. One thing I could definitely put it down to most would be my job that I have at the Bryce Jordan Center working with athletic communications. I met a lot of people there, and I got a lot of work experience so far, and they've taught me a lot about what the real world outside of college is like. So that aspect of Penn State, the work experience and meeting people, has definitely changed my life so far.
coming to a school like Penn State, the resources that are like always available to you, like I know are going to be a big thing. Just like whether it be like talking to advisors or getting like tons of connections through like the school that like, because like it is such a strong bonded school that like I know I'm gonna be fine going through, and like after I finish my 4 years I'm pretty confident that I'll be in a situation where I have a lot of connections to get into a like successful job. There's a lot of events that the school holds. There's like career fairs. They always have like Fortune 500 companies coming in, and you can, if you put in the work, which I think is a theme with success in general, if you put in the work and like put yourself out there to become connected with these companies, then you like there's so many different ways that you can like put a foot in the door in these companies and show that you're a good worker and that you would work well in their company. And I know that like they're very interested with Penn State to like give us internships, and like if you are a hard worker, then you'll have an opportunity to not only just get an internship with this company, but then after your internship being offered a job at these big companies. My dreams, it's just to try to be successful and sort of have a solid background and like salary where I know that my family is going to be not only taken care of, but they're going to live a good life. And that's like a solid goal.
The way that I enjoy learning the best or the most often, how I would want to learn, is through like one-to-one individualized teaching. Back in high school, for calc, I wasn't the best calc student by any stretch of the imagination. So I would go in for tutoring and whatnot, like before class, and just that one-to-one connection that you have with your instructor or something like that for office hours up here or up at Penn State. And they really help. Like a lot of the teachers end up caring about you, want you to learn the material. So that one-to-one, just that connection that you have can really expand what what stuff you're learning. Back in high school, my head coach was a really good motivator. And just some of the stories he told us from his playing days and from some of the stuff he would encounter in high school and college, it shows you like how many different things you can learn from somebody. Just different situations, how things can be handled, or how, say, somebody that doesn't have it as well as you do, how you can help other people try to achieve their goals. What makes it difficult is with, me and Drew are in the same management class. And what makes it really difficult is with the 700 students, like there's so many people talking, and just people are like there's distractions all over the place that it can be difficult to learn. But that's why I at least have trouble learning. There's so many distractions going on.
For me, probably the best motivator, best way to learn for me would be if your teacher really shows some type of energy and shows that they believe in their students. To say someone comes up after class and they really show that they want to help this kid instead of just giving a lackadaisical answer. That really helps me learn because I really want to learn for that teacher and want to do well on the test. I guess the worst way to learn for me is the opposite, is if the teacher, where it's definitely happened to me before, where the teacher kind of dejects anything and just kind of goes through the lecture, goes through their motions, clicks through the PowerPoint slides, and then walks out of the class to their next one. It just kind of makes you not want to fight for the class. It just makes you want to chill and do like the least possible work. I always learn things from people who are above me, for where I want to be. So if I see someone successful, I always ask them questions about how they got there, why they got there, what it takes to get there. I almost 99% of the time you're gonna get a good answer from someone that's already there, and I just learned so much. That's probably what I've learned most this year, is just to pick up on what successful people tend to do most often. The thing that they have most in common would probably just be a certain energy about them, where you can see that they like what they're doing and they like that they're helping students, and they see that their students are improving and improving, rather than just saying, here's the info, I'm gone. Like, there are many teachers at Penn State that really show that they care. There's very few that don't, but there are a couple.
I agree that like it's not easy to learn if you have a teacher who's disinterested and just puts up PowerPoint slides and clicks through them and expects you to just take notes and not really give any information off it. But like moving outside the classroom, the way that I best learn, I feel, is like group studies. Like it's sort of like a theme that they talked about. Like it's really just getting like involved and not only just like reading the information and like studying it, but like bouncing ideas off each other, because it's a way for like you to become like a more diverse student and like get the information in a different way that you may not have thought about yourself. So if you bounce it off, a group of kids, it's like you're getting more information than what just lies there. Well, I know for like English papers, there was a specific time where it was our final paper and it was a big chunk of our grade, and we all went to the library and went to a study room and sort of just bounced like ideas off each other. And I feel that like if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have done as well in the paper, just because I get like other people's opinions and like they gave me like ideas of like maybe you should talk about this, or maybe you should talk about that topic in a different way. And just like getting other people's input on not just like with like writing papers, but also like notes in general and how like certain subjects, how it works, and just seeing how other people approach things really helps me out. And I think like the best way to learn life lessons is to like go out and experience things, because that's the only way you're going to be able to know how to like work through problems. And it's like if you never go out and try new things, then you'll only be told how like you're supposed to handle certain situations. You'll never have a first-hand experience. I think having that experience is like how you're going to be able to perform at the best level.
Wow.